Hello all and welcome to The Big Story, where we discuss the hottest topics of the day right in the heart of the newsroom. I'm Haryanto, coming to you live from the Straits Times. Now we are streaming on Facebook and on YouTube, so be sure to comment, share and like our video. Now while you are at it, remember to subscribe to our channel and of course hit the bell button to be alerted to our videos. I'll have my newsroom colleagues joining me to talk about the stories that got you talking today. Now in world news, tensions are escalating as the Indian government yesterday scrapped the special status given to the trouble-torn state of Jammu and Kashmir. It also moved ahead with plans to split the state into two, in decisions that are widely expected to trigger a backlash. Now, residents of Muslim-majority Kashmir have long opposed the scrapping of provisions of Article 370, which was a condition in which Kashmir agreed to join India during the partition of India from Pakistan in 1947. Different states had been allowed to choose which country to join. Now, to tell us more, I have Deputy Foreign Editor Bagya here with me. Welcome, Bagya. Nice to have you. Now, Bagya, if you could first of all tell us, what is meant by special status for Kashmir and how did that come about?
Okay, so to understand that, I think we would need to go back about, say, 70 years at the time of India's independence from British rule.
Yeah.
So at that time, the states which were ruled by, kings, by Rajas and Maharajas, they were given the choice of either joining India or Pakistan. So the choice for Kashmir, for its Hindu ruler, it's a Muslim majority state, like you say, and ruled by a Hindu ruler. His choice was join India or Pakistan. He chose India under somewhat controversial circumstances. But in return, he also wanted certain provisions that guaranteed autonomy for Kashmir from the government of India. Now that provision was put into the Indian constitution, and that is what is referred to as Article 370.
Yeah.
And that gives Kashmir autonomy to make its laws, except in matters, say, like foreign affairs or defense.
Right.
And then there are certain privileges for people who live in Kashmir, for Kashmiris. That is, only Kashmiris can own property in Kashmir.
Right.
They're the only ones who can be considered for state government jobs. So that is what is.
And Bagya, why is this move, to then do away with it controversial?
Well, firstly, it was announced in a very sudden way.
Right.
On the floor of Indian Parliament yesterday. Ahead of it, of course, the government took measures to sort of secure Kashmir, in the sense that they sent a lot of troops there, they cut off internet, and they cleared the area of tourists. Then they make this move, announce it in Parliament. Now the thing is, Kashmir, as you know, is contested by all of it, by both India and Pakistan. So this affects the Indian-controlled Kashmir. Now, when India does something like this, pulls off, scraps this provision, then that changes the status quo. It's an internal matter for India, but still Pakistan sees reason to protest. So, and these are nuclear-armed nations, both of them. They have fought 2 wars. So for these reasons, there is a lot of
controversy surrounding it. And because you talked about tensions are escalating, it seems as though. Do you reckon things could get violent then?
The thing is, like I was mentioning, they have fought 2 wars, and then there was a limited skirmish as well in 1999. And actually, even earlier this year, before elections, in February, there was an attack on Indian troops in Kashmir, which the Indian government assigned the blame to Pakistan. And after which India sent jets over the border into Pakistan to bomb what they said was a militant base. And then things got heated up. If you remember, there were dogfights, they shot down each other's planes and so on. So naturally there is concern that things are volatile. That's one, between these 2 neighbors. And they do have ups and downs in their relations. The second thing is there's separatism within Kashmir. So there are people who, for instance, want to join Pakistan, people who wish Kashmir would be an independent nation, and so on. So for them, it's again something that can fan more trouble, more violence.
Separatism as well, right?
That's right. And then of course there's this fact that, is this move entirely legal? Because there's legal opinion that the state of Jammu Kashmir, the government should have been consulted which it was not.
Right.
So it could be challenged as well.
Okay, and let's just focus back to, of course, the people directly involved in this, the Kashmiris. Now, how do Kashmiris then themselves regard the scrapping of this special status?
Okay, so if you look at, political leadership in Kashmir, the local state leaders, two of them, the main
prominent ones.
The prominent ones, they're actually under arrest at this point. They were put under house arrest even before this move was announced. And like I said, there is an element of separatism. So, I mean, it's going to be controversial within Kashmir. There is no doubt about that. We haven't fully heard what's happening out there. We've heard of things like panic buying and stockpiling of food and petrol and so on before this happened, because troop was going there, and naturally that caused concerns. But we haven't fully heard from there yet. It remains cut off in a way because internet is down and so on. So two things. First, I'll tell you that within the rest of India, there's support for this move. So it was something that the Prime Minister had promised, the BJP government had promised in his election manifesto. And Parliament has cleared it. So I suppose that's an indication that there is support for it. And to tell you what people in Valley or Kashmiris think about it, you should actually read the Straits Times tomorrow.
All right, there you've heard it straight from plugging in for us. Definitely. Thank you. And of course, like you mentioned, of course, this move was really was unexpected. Right?
Absolutely.
The Kashmiris, they didn't see it coming.
No, they didn't.
Thank you so much, Bhagya, again for coming onto the show. And like what Bhagya mentioned earlier on, she plugged it in for us. If you want to know more about this status and of course the news surrounding this move that was announced by the Indian government, do check the Straits Times tomorrow, or you can also follow us very closely on our website, that is www.straitstimes.com. Thank you once again, Bhagya. Now moving on, in sports, the area around Kallang is set to be transformed into a destination for sports and world-class entertainment. Now, Sports Singapore announced the development of the Kallang Alive precinct today. Kallang Alive is part of Sports Singapore's 15 recommendations for Vision 2030, which was first announced 7 years ago. To tell us more about these new recommendations, I have Assistant Sports Editor Loh Lin Fong. Welcome, Lin Fong.
Hello, Harinto.
This is the first time that we are doing Big Story together?
Yes.
And this is your second time in 3 weeks being here?
Yes, it is.
Wow, welcome. Now, Lin Fong, if you could first start off, briefly tell us, what is this Vision 2030 all about?
Okay, so this started in 2012 when Ministry of Culture, Community and Youth, as well as Sports Singapore, did this joint project to look into how sports could sort of better serve Singaporeans in the future. So they came out with a list of recommendations. I think there were like 20 or 30 about how to get people to play sports. So there was community participation, elite sports, so a whole bunch of recommendations. So today they decided to take a relook. They talked to a lot of people, athletes, coaches, parents, to look at what else they could do 7 years on. Right.
And let's focus on Kallang Alive.
Yes.
What are some of the offerings that we can expect from Kallang Alive?
Yeah, so they actually announced 6 offerings today. The Kallang Football Hub, there will be a Singapore Tennis Centre, Youth Hub, which one of the exciting developments is a velodrome. They said it could include a velodrome.
Oh, okay.
Then there's also a green space around the area, redevelopment of the Kallang Theatre, as well as what they call a live gateway and loop. So the most, like I said, the most interesting development would be the velodrome, because it's a first ever for Singapore, and in the region there are not that many. It's Indonesia, Malaysia, I think Thailand as well. So our Singaporeans have always had to go to Australia or Malaysia to train. So I'm sure the fraternity is really excited about this.
Okay, pardon me, because I don't know what is a velodrome. If you could explain to us what is a velodrome.
So basically it's an indoor facility, and they have like a wooden floors. So the cyclists will cycle around the track. So you know those funny helmets that you see in cyclists going round? So that's the velodrome for the track cyclists. So there's also road cycling, which is on the road, in the outdoors. This is indoor and on the track.
Okay. And what else is exciting about Kallang Alive?
So there's also, I guess, for people who have of a certain vintage, who have fond memories of Kallang Theatre, they might be interested to find out that it will be redeveloped. So they're looking at proposals right now. but it probably will be an integrated kind of sports and entertainment center. So some of the ideas include like an indoor arena for esports. So there might be a hotel or even an international sports medicine center.
Yeah, and of course, all this again, we can expect the development to be completed in 2030.
It's going to take place in phases. Football is still in the works.
Yeah.
Tennis is also in the works. I think everything will take about 5 to 6 years according to Sports Singapore.
Okay,
so we all be phases and it will take a while.
It will take a while, but of course by 2030, hopefully
all be
in place. All right, so there you have it. Thank you so much, Lim Fong, for sharing with us the updates to the Vision 2030, and certainly these facilities, definitely looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to the velodrome as well. I really want to know what it looks like exactly in reality. Thank you again, Lim Fong, for being on the show today. Now, moving on to our third segment in local news. Now, we are halfway through a short week. Well done us. I'm sure everyone is looking forward to the long weekend and the National Day celebration happening at the Padang. Now, we'll have live coverage of the pre-NDP show on Friday as part of a special Hangout with ST episode. Now, Alyssa and I will be reporting live from the Padang, and we'll be joined by our other colleagues who will speak to people in the audience, spectator stands, parade performers at Suntec City, and of course members of the public at Jubilee Bridge. Now, here's a teaser of our live show this Friday. Have a look. Welcome to another episode of Hangout with ST. She's Alyssa.
And he's Arianto. Hey, I'm Seb Joe.
And I'm Rachel Quacks, ready coming to you live.
This is our NDP edition now. As you can see, we're coming to you live from the Padang, and
We bring you behind the scenes of the NDP 2019.
this is our pre-parade show for Hangout with ST, the National Day edition. So catch us live at the Padang on 9th August.
5 p.m. on the Straits Times Facebook page.
All right, so there you have it. Don't forget, 5 p.m. this Friday. Of course, there won't be any hangout this Thursday, 8 p.m. We have shifted it to Friday at 5 p.m. 9th August on the Straits Times Facebook page. So tell me, what are your plans for this long weekend? Now, if you haven't made any plans, fret not. We have sussed out some exciting free programs you can check out this long weekend. Now, there is something definitely for everyone. To tell us more, I have journalist Jan Lee with me. Hello, Jan.
Hi, Haryanto.
Wow, I see that you are dressed in red already.
Yes.
To usher in the celebration this weekend.
To usher in our long weekend. It's a similar size weekend, right?
Exactly. Okay, so Jen, tell us, what are some of the programs that we can look forward to?
So there are a lot of open houses happening over the weekend. So National Museum is having an open house. The Malay Heritage Centre, the Indian Heritage Centre is having an open house. But I think people might be more excited when there are celebrities involved, which is my niche. So on August 10th and 11th, so that's Saturday and Sunday, there will be a National Day concert happening at Gardens by the Bay. And the first day will be headlined by Kit Chan.
The singer of Home.
Home, yes.
This is home.
Truly. Yes, I can't sing, but I won't attempt Kit Chan's voice.
Okay.
Yes, so first day will be headlined by Kit Chan and Dick Lee, and then second day will be headlined by electronic music singer-songwriter Jasmine Soko. She's very hot in the scene right now, so people should try and check her out. Then of course there's comedians Kuma, Fakafas, they will be doing their sets.
Yeah.
So that's quite interesting. Then Heritage Hooray by the Sun Yat-sen Nanyang Memorial Hall. So that's where it will be held. It will be on Friday and Saturday, so that's August 9 and 10th. So it's very interesting because it really does have everything. So Sun Yat-sen Nanyang Memorial Hall, of course, will organize some heritage-related activities. There'll be storytelling for kids, craft sessions. So there will be a soap crafting demonstration.
Okay.
Where the soaps will be crafted to look like kuehs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like
okay.
Uncle
I think you
Kueh.
can see right there, there's this picture there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's quite interesting. Then, of course, a community art market. So there will be products by local and overseas retailers and artisans. So that's interesting. Then another one is if you are willing to work out over the
literally.
weekend. Yes, work out over the weekend. There will be the Sports Hub National Day Fiesta. So it's a family-friendly workout. Some activities are paid. So some activities you do have to pay a small participation fee or register for it, even if it's free. So do check out the site, before you go. But it will be on August 9. So there are some interesting things like there will be a Red X challenge where you can perform, basically the challenge is for you to perform 200 sets of every rep.
Oh wow.
So 200 reps of every exercise.
Of every exercise.
For the bicentennial. Yes.
Oh, wow. And what are some of these exercises? Do you know?
Actually, I'm not very sure. I do have to check.
But regardless, 200 reps.
It's a lot.
It is.
But there's also a dance workout, and of course you can end it off with a picnic.
Okay.
Relax and watch a live telecast of the National Day
Not too sure whether you can relax after 200 reps of...
Yes, it's quite a challenge, so do try it out,
Exactly right. And so, Jen, tell us, which ones will you be checking out?
Personally, as a Kit Chan fan, what is National Day if Kit Chan doesn't move me to tears a little bit, right?
Of course.
So I'm keen on that. But again, I'm working on August 9. So I will be part of the ST team covering the parade, doing the parade coverage. I might even be on FB Live. So you can check me out on that. So all the August 9 events, I have to give it a pass. But luckily, the Kit Chan one is Saturday and Sunday, so maybe I might check that out. But given that it might be quite crowded there, you can also check out the Singapore Chinese Orchestra. They will be holding a concert at the Singapore Botanic Gardens. That is part of the SPH Gift of Music series.
I see what you did there.
Yes.
Is that what Bagya did as well? Slide it in, plug in.
SPH Gift of Music series, which is also to celebrate SPH 35th anniversary.
There we go, another plug-in right there.
Yes. And also, of course, our UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Singapore Botanic Gardens is celebrating its 160th birthday this year. So that's a lot of occasions to celebrate. So you could go relax there, it's a very nice open area, so I do like that.
What about durian lovers? I know there is something for durian lovers. Come on, Singaporeans, right?
I think my mother might want to go, and it's called Mao Faber, Mao Shan Wang. Yes. So there will be a free event at Mao Faber. But the durians are not free.
Okay. The activity there is free.
Yes, the activity there is free. You can go there and check out the durians. You can go listen to a durian expert give a talk on tips to select durian. But do note that the durians, you have to purchase them yourself and eat them. But apparently over the weekend, that's when the good Mao Shan Wang durians will have a second wave of durians coming in. So people might want to check that out.
All right. So there you heard it from Jen herself. The exciting things that you can look forward to this long weekend, supersized weekend, right?
Yes.
There is a National Day on Friday, and then of course Saturday, Sunday is Hari Raya Haji, and then on Monday is the In Lieu public holiday for Hari Raya Haji. So of course, if you really want to look at all the programs, you can actually read Jen's story. Jen did a story on it on the Sunday Times. Just log on to our website at www.straitstimes.com. Once again, thank you so much, Jen. Now, earlier on for our first segment, we talked to Bagya. Now, Bagya was sharing with us the announcement made by the Indian government to kind of do away the special status awarded to the Kashmiris in Kashmir. And then the second segment, we talked to Lin Fong, who shared with us updates to Vision 2030. And then we just spoke to Jen, who shared with us activities and programs that you can partake in during this long weekend that's happening this weekend. And of course, we shared with you also, we are going to have a special NDP coverage for Hangout with ST happening this Friday at 5 p.m. on the Facebook of Straits Times. All right, so there we have it, the top stories of the day. For more news and videos, do log on to our website at www.straitstimes.com. Once again, I'm Haryanto. Join us tomorrow for more stories on The Big Story.